everybody, welcome to my April book haul. I got a lot of new books this month and I have a couple that I'm going to include in this that I forgot to include last month. So here we go. Now, the first book I'm going to show all of you is one that I've been reading all month and it is absolutely wonderful. It is by Ashley Mansour. It is Blood, Ink, and Fire. It is about this girl named Noelle who lives in this world where books and the written word are no longer around and they're trying to bring that back. It is so interesting and I highly recommend it. I'm not going to go really deep into detail about this because I will be doing a full book review of this later on. And also I did a book talk with my friend Jessie and the author Ashley Mansour on Jessie's channel, so go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description of this video. Next in my book haul are a few books that I got in paperback form. A couple of them I have read, but I decided to go ahead and get them anyway because I got all three of these books for $5. It was a little shop close to my house. They sold all sorts of things and I found a few paperbacks that I was interested in. Now, the first one is Fairy Moon by P.R. Frost. I have no idea what this is about, but it has a fairy on it, so I'm assuming it's about fairies and fantasy, and that is totally my type of book. The next book that I got over there is Aragon by Christopher Paolini. I have read this entire series and it is one of the most amazing dragon stories. Well, it's not just about dragons, but it's heavily, mostly about dragons and their riders, and it's such a treat. It's such a treat. So you know what? I bought it. It's not even in perfect condition, but I bought it anyway. These are actually used books, but they were in decent enough condition that I went ahead and got them. They were cheap. Now, the next one that I got, this is a series that I really love. It's very dear to my heart. It is by L.J. Smith. It is the Night World series. This is just a compilation of several stories by her. Now, the thing about this, she actually wrote The Vampire Diaries. So if y'all like The Vampire Diaries, check this out. Before The Vampire Diaries started getting written by a ghostwriter. Now, something about this you should know, this series is not complete. It's been incomplete for a very long time now. There is a story that's supposed to come out and sum up everything that has happened in all of these stories, but it's just not come out yet. It hasn't come out. I've been waiting probably, I can't even remember. I've lost track of how long I've been waiting. It's kind of like, think about the way people have been waiting. We've all been waiting for the next Game of Thrones book. Many of us have been waiting for the last book to finally explain what happens to all of the characters for quite some time now. So hopefully, eventually, one day that comes out. But if any of you are interested in checking this out, I really recommend it and you will really enjoy it. So now I'm going to show all of you a couple books that I got last month, but I completely forgot to include because, yeah, I don't know how I forgot them because they were very special buys for me. Now, the first one is Clockwork Princess in graphic novel form. This is my absolute favorite novel by Cassandra Clare, and I've been wanting the graphic novel edition for quite a while now. So I finally gave in and bought it, and it is so beautiful. I now have the entire set of the Infernal Devices graphic novels. The next one that I got last month that I completely forgot to include is Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. It is actually, I have not read this series yet, but I was walking the aisles in Walmart and I found this sticker that says signed first edition. Well, I cannot pass up a signed first edition because eventually when I do read this entire series, I'm going to want a signed copy, and this will mean I already have it. I've heard a lot of great things about this series, good and bad, but mostly good. So I went ahead and grabbed it, and yeah, it's gonna be cool to read. I'm interested to find out what it's all about. Now, another book that I got this month, it is another signed first edition. It is the newest edition in the Dorothy Must Die series. I have not read this series yet. I've heard a lot of great things, and I love twist on classic stories, and this is about as twisted as it gets. It's gonna be very fun to read this, and I've always loved the Wizard of Oz story, and the story about Dorothy, and to see all of that twisted around is gonna be really fun. I'm excited. I hope I get to this very soon. You should note I am not doing this in any particular order because I didn't really keep track of the day I got each of these books, so they're not really in order, not even close. But another book that I got this month, and I just got it a couple days ago, it's Flawed by Cecilia Ahern. I got this in my Owl Crate box, and it's about a world where if you're not perfect, you are branded flawed and you're made like a second-class citizen or third-class citizen, and it's not a world you really want to live in. And I think this is going to be a really, really great novel. This is Cecilia's first young adult novel. She wrote the book Love, Rosie, which I've heard is really amazing. I have not read the book, but I have seen the movie and I loved it quite a bit. So hopefully one day I'll get around to reading that as well. A couple of other books that I bought this month, kind of on a whim actually. I wasn't really planning on buying them at that moment, but I decided to go ahead and give in because they were there and I had the money, so I was kind of like, you know, it tipped the scale. I finally bought the City of Bones Shadowhunters TV tie-in edition. Yes, I know the show is not exactly like the books, but I have the movie tie-in for City of Bones, and I try to buy pretty much all editions of Cassandra Clare's works that I can get my hands on, so I went ahead and bought it. It wasn't expensive, so I mean, I think it was like $11 or $12, so yeah. The next book that I bought on that little outing that I am super excited for, I didn't buy it just for me, I actually bought it for me and my goddaughter. She is really getting into reading. She's 6 years old now, and I told her that they had the Harry Potter books in illustrated form, and she loves owls and magic and all sorts of things, so I went ahead and picked up Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in illustrated form. I cannot wait to start reading this to her. She is super excited about it, and this is actually, the Harry Potter series is what really made me fall in love with books and reading. It just drew me in, and I hope it does the same thing for her. I'm gonna keep buying all of these illustrated books and reading them to her, and then when she's old enough, I will probably buy her the entire set of the series in just completely written form. Alright, so the last book that I got this month is actually another graphic novel, and I am so excited for it because this week the movie comes out for it. Yes. If any of you have been paying attention to my Bookstagram, I just posted a photo of this book. It is Captain America Civil War. It's basically a compilation of several comics from the Civil War series to give everyone an idea of what the conflict between Steve and Tony is about, and I think it's gonna be really fun to read about. I know that it's not gonna have everything. It's not gonna have everything everyone wants to know, but it's a beautiful cover. It wasn't super expensive, and I was just kind of like, why not? Yes, I love me some Captain America. I'm Team Cap, by the way. I have no shame about that. I'm totally Team Cap. And I cannot wait for this movie. I think this graphic novel is going to be pretty awesome. I mean, I'm just looking at the artwork alone, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I mean, if you can get your hands on this, if you haven't picked up a graphic novel, if you're mostly into just books, don't be afraid to pick up a graphic novel. These are amazing. I grew up reading a lot of things like this along with all of my other books, and I really I cannot praise them enough. I love art and I love the written word, and what better way to combine the two than in a graphic novel. It's great. Okay, well, that is my book haul for April, and I have some really exciting new books coming in very soon that I cannot wait to show all of you, but that is for a later date. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.